What's up, guys? Drew here from another video, and today I'm gonna be telling you guys this story about these dickheads that I met. Hopefully you guys enjoy over this Fortnite gameplay, and hopefully you guys enjoy. And yeah, so I met these dickheads in Sycon. If you don't know what Sycon is, Sycon's like a little outdoor camp. It's like a poor excuse for parents to drop their kids off for a whole freaking entire week, which is freaking awesome. But Sycon, I hated it personally, but if it's called something like different where you live or whatever, it's called Sycon where I live. But I'm still in the same grade I went, but I already went, and it was freaking terrible. But the only parts I liked about it was the food and sleeping arrangements, which were both freaking amazing, but everything else was freaking terrible. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you about these two dickheads that I knew, and they were in my freaking cabin, which was freaking fantastic. Chris, I don't know if you remember this, but I don't know if I even told you about this while I was in Sycon. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe for authenticity. And hopefully you guys enjoy. And leave a like. So I met these dickheads in Sycon, so we went up there. You know, we were just checking in. We stopped for like at least 10 minutes while they checked in, which was freaking agonizing wait. And while we waited, we were just playing on the bus, you know, doing what teenagers usually can do. What else do they do? But we were just waiting there, like most teenagers do, messing around, doing whatever we can find to do, and having a jolly old good time on the bus, you know. And then we go in, we drive into the gates, and you know, we're getting all our stuff off. We're dropping our bags off, all the basic, you know, crap that you do at Sycon when you're getting ready to go pack up and stuff. But we were just doing the basic stuff. And they were signing in, and we drove in, all that. And so once we get in, we get settled, we get our bags back, we take them to the cabins, and we go up for lunch, because by that time, it's already 12, which is freaking great. And mostly the part I hated about Sycon was missing my mom. I mean, I really love my mom. My mom's the freaking best. If your mom's not the OG, slap her in the face. I'm just kidding. Slap the like button in the face. But anyways, I'm just throwing it up for any reason. But yeah, my mom's the OG, and I missed her a bunch. That's the only reason why I hated Sycon. And I was kind of worried about her, you know? I mean, who else isn't worried about their mom? I mean, obviously, if your mom abuses you, then why would you worry about her? I mean, it's friggin'... But yeah, anyways, what had happened was, we just dropped all of our stuff off, got all that ready, and we got into our cabins. We started arranging our stuff, getting our stuff put away. I put my stuff like in my bed, so I don't freaking want anyone touching my stuff, because so how the cabins worked was we got at least one person, if you were lucky, 2 people from your classroom, and they got to stay in the cabin with you. So you technically only knew about 4 people from your school in your cabin, if you're lucky 5. But yeah, that's how it worked technically. So it was just freaking amazing. I didn't like it at all. And so yeah. So, when I get a kill, I'm probably gonna be silent, so, yeah. Anyways, that's how it worked, technically, and, yeah. We were getting our cabins ready, and then these douchebags, obviously, I'm just gonna give them a name. I'm gonna call them Jared and Jeremy, or, you know, I'm just gonna call them Douchebag 1 and Douchebag 2, because they were douchebags. But, yeah, they were being dicks to us for no freaking reason, mostly my friends. Because, okay, so I had a friend there. I'm not going to be rude, but I'm not going to use his real name just in case he doesn't want his name used in the video. I'm just going to say, Christopher, you wouldn't mind if I used your name in the video. That's my other friend, though, but I'm just going to give him a name. I'm going to call him Nick. Okay, he's really not looking like a Nick, but, my friend Nick, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to say he's fat. But, he's a little bit overweight, I'm not gonna lie. He's just a little bit. So he kind of looks chubby, you know? I'm not gonna try to be rude about it. But, yeah, they were just calling him fat and crap. Eventually, at one point, they got so mad at him for no reason, they called him a fat ass. And there was these, like, strikes. There was a strike system at Psycon. So 1 strike was technically a warning. 2 strikes, you had to call your parents and tell them what you did. And the 3rd strike was you had to go home, which I kind of tried to get a 3rd strike, but I didn't get 1 strike while I was up there because, you know, I'm the OG. But, they were calling my friend fat, and, you know, I was kind of offended by that. I mean, being one of his closest friends, I was like, hey, bro, like, kind of, you know, back off. Like, why did you say that? You should apologize. And he's like, oh, don't worry about it, faggot. And I'm like, at this point, I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck did you say? Like, I literally said that, too. I was like, what the frick did you just say to me? And he's like, don't worry about it, faggot. And I was like, okay. I said, typical stereotype. I mean, you're not playing a game and calling people faggots. I mean, come on. So, anyways, he continues to call me names and call my friend names, and honestly, I don't know why he was calling my friend names, because he was the real fucking fat ass. He was more fat than my friend. He was more chubby than my friend. I'm not gonna call that's technically calling my friend chubby, but yeah, he was more of a fat ass than my friend, and yeah, I technically used that against him. When I came up first, I didn't mention this, by the way. I literally just said, I was being so, like, I was so mad at the time, I was so raged. I was like, have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately? And he's like, what the fuck did you just say to me? And he literally just said, what the fuck did you just say to me? And so, I said, oh, have you looked in the mirror lately? And he's like, oh, yes, I have. And he technically just roasted him fucking self. Like, literally he did. Like, he roasted himself. He literally said, yeah, I'm chubby. And it's like, okay, if you're fucking chubby, then why the fuck are you calling my friend fat? And he's like, I don't know, just don't worry about it. And then that's when he said, don't worry about it, faggot. And so, I was basically triggered at this point. I was so triggered, like, I'm triggered when I get killed in Fortnite. That's how triggered I was. But, yeah, he was basically being just a big dick to us. And, yeah, so we go to bed at 9:30. We do our first hikes and stuff, you know, all that nature reserve bullshit. And we do our first hike, and we're doing our hikes and stuff. Then we finally get back into our cabins at 9:30 after eating dinner and doing nightly activities, because they have these dumbass nightly activities. Not gonna be rude or anything, but yeah, they had these night activities, and we finally got back to our cabin at 9:30. And they started fucking acting up again, because that's when we have to change into our, you know, like our sleeping clothes. And I was changing, and they were calling me a fucking twig, which I kind of appreciate, because, you know, I don't want to be called fucking fat, because I'm not fat. I'm really not. I'm more of a twig. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, you're right, I am skinny. I'm like, you're fucking fat ass. I literally said that too. Like, I was still fucking raged at him, and I said, and I was like, and he's like, oh, you're a fucking twig. And I'm like, oh yeah, like, not like you, like, you're a fucking fat ass. And the way I just worded it wasn't the way I worded it. I literally just said what I said before that. I said, unlike you, you're a fucking fat ass. Like, that's how raged I was. So, yeah, that's how raged I was, because, you know, you just don't walk up to someone and call them fat. Like, you just don't fucking do that. Like, it's just so fucking rude and out of the ordinary. We never did anything to this fucking guy. Like, he literally just comes up as this fucking crew, and, like, literally just fucking pounds us with fucking insults. Like, oh, you're a fat ass, you're a fucking twig, we don't fucking like you, like, fuck off. And I said, we didn't fucking do anything to you, so fuck you, faggot. And so anyways, continue with the story. Next morning comes, they don't say anything that whole day. Next day comes, that's when all the bullshit just comes out, because it's Thursday at this point. No, Wednesday, actually. Sorry to get my days mixed up. So, rape. But anyways, Wednesday comes, and so what happens is they fucking shower us more insults. And we're like, okay, fuck off. And I didn't get a strike for that, because I explained to my cabin leader, like, what happened. We have this, like, cabin leaders, like, we have assigned cabin leaders. Mine looked like freaking Lil Pump, which is freaking awesome. We had Lil Pump as our cabin leader. But, anyways, that's what happened, and I told him, like, and he's like, oh, it's okay, cool. And our freaking cabin leader was the coolest, like, coolest cabin leader there. And I said, so that's what I said, and I was like, bro, we never did anything to you in the beginning, so fuck off. And literally every cabin leader heard that because we like line up, and every cabin leader heard that. And like they didn't care because obviously this guy was being a fucking dick bag. So I literally called him that too. I was like, stop being a fucking dick bag, you fucking fat ass bitch. And he was like, oh yeah, you're one to talk. You're the one that started it in the first place. And I was like, bro, first of all, you came up to my friend and called him a fat ass, which actually got him a strike because I told his name was Nate. Our cabin leader was named Nate. And what I told him what he said to my friend, I was like, hey Nate, like you know, he called me fat ass. And he's like, oh, that's not cool, man. So he literally said that to him, and then he gave him a strike, which I freaking laughed at him after. And he's like, oh, shut the fuck up. I was like, okay. And I did, because I don't give a fuck what the fuck he says, because who fucking would? And so, anyways, he got a strike for that, and then, explaining the whole story, he got a second strike, but that was only in the middle of the story. I wasn't fucking done with the whole fucking story. And then, the third part of the story, he got another strike. And the third part was when he called me a twig. And he got sent home, which I fucking laughed at him when he got sent home driving in his car. And his whole fucking, like, his whole fucking crew, he still had, like, 7 people still. And, like, bro, his bestest friend in the crew, he literally comes up to me and says, bro, fight me. And I'm like, fight you or fight your entire fucking crew? That's kind of how it's looking right now. And he's like, oh, I don't know. And he just fucking has a smug look on his face. And I was like, bro, back the fuck off, because I have much more friends, many friends more than you right now at this point, because they're all freaking circling around you right now at this point. And they see that all my freaking, like, my whole squad that I have at my freaking Psychon camp, like, thing, like, literally, they're fucking scared as hell, and they just run off to back of the line. And I was like, and I go back there, and I say and I just, like, you know, kind of pretend to pass by, and I said, that's what I thought, faggot. He's like, shut the fuck up. So, that kind of concludes the whole story, but, drop a like for awesome storytelling. I kind of did terrible, but... No, bro, I want to be friends. I said I wanted to be friends, you dick. Oh, stop your fucking dancing, bitch. But anyways, guys, that concludes today's video. Jesus. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.